So it's been a while for this band. 2014 they released their debut self-titled album, and in 2017 Alvvays was able to follow that up with another pretty great album, but since then they've been quiet. They kind of not necessarily took a hiatus, it's just while they were working on this new album, a lot of stuff happened, and when COVID kind of took place, since they're a Canadian band, some band members were in Canada, some were in the US, and just couldn't get together to make this album for the most part, so it went through multiple delays, and now here we are in October of 2022, and the new Alvvays record, Blue Rev, is out. It's their third studio album, and with indie music, it's always been a hit-or-miss genre for me. I don't really think there's an in-between. I think there's really good artists, and then I think there's just really bad artists in the industry in this genre. And Alvvays has always been one of those ones that I've kind of flocked toward. They just have this uniqueness of making things sound eerie and catchy, and I feel like the vocal tones that they use on Molly Rankin's voice is also very well put together a lot of the time. They just always seem to catch my attention, and I love their first two records, so I had high expectations going in here with record number 3, and I gotta say, my expectations were met, as there was really only two songs I didn't like, Tile by Tile and Fourth Figure, even though to me Fourth Figure is more of an outro for the album. It just, I don't know, it is what it is there, it's out in the world, nothing special about it, and Tile by Tile has some nice parts to it, but when it came to what the rest of the album had to offer, I guess it was just the one that was very forgettable to me. Then in the OK tracks, we have Very Online Guy and Bored in Bristol. Very Online Guy was one of the songs I did hear before the record came out, and it's fine apart from some of the vocal stuff they do with Molly's voice. It just kind of, it fits in some parts, but then in other areas, it just kind of feels forced out there. Like, I know the song is, you know, about social media and stuff like that, so having the computer vocals in there makes sense, but there was just certain parts they threw it in where it felt unnecessary and it kind of brought the song down. But majority of these songs aren't too long, so you really have to just kind of, you know, figure out how you feel about it overall. But that leaves the rest of the album as my favorite. Pharmacist, I feel like, is a fantastic kickoff. Easy on Your Own is nice. After the Earthquake, Tom Verlaine. Pressed, Many Mirrors. Velveteen, Pomeranian, Spinster, which has to be probably my favorite because it has more of a upbeat, almost punk feel to it. I mean, it still keeps the same indie sound, but the way the guitar and drums go at the beginning and it's more fast-paced, it definitely was one that didn't necessarily catch me off guard, but it was a surprise to hear. Belinda Said is another nice track, and Lottery Noises, just, I just like the way the instrumentation goes, and Molly's voice on a lot of these tracks, just, they're really good. Like, she's underrated as a vocalist for the sheer fact that I don't think she's, like, fantastic as a singer, and I even think that she knows that, but the genre she does and the music that she's able to make, it really fits her very well to where she can kind of, you know, go and do different things with her voice because an instrument's doing this and that and the other, and it's like, it's worked very, very well for her. So overall, 3 albums in, this band just keeps on putting out very, very nice records, and it's been one of my absolute favorites to listen to this year. I would say Blue Rev by Alvvays gets an 8 out of 10, and I would definitely recommend a listen, especially if you're just looking for some, you know, good indie music to listen to this year. This would be where to go, because there's just something about their sound that make them so interesting, and, you know, a lot of other bands I've heard kind of try to take this route, and it just feels really boring, but with them, they know how to do it, and it was pretty much, to me, worth the 5-year wait. Like, this is the first time I think I've seen an album take this long in a while, where I was like, yeah, you know, it took 5 years, but it's just, we keep getting the same output from them, so I can't be mad. I really, really can't. And they tried to push the boundaries a little bit with this record as well. Not too much, not too noticeable, but definitely some things there. So you can appreciate their willingness to try different things and incorporate other uses of other things into the music that they've been doing. But yeah, that's just my thoughts. You can tell me in the comments below what do you think, and until then, stay safe out there, wear your mask, get vaccinated, and I will catch you all in the next one.